Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday, the last Tuesday of February. Very excited for March to happen because that means spring's coming. Um, First, let me introduce myself. I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and you are watching the replay as people are starting to log in live. So, just making sure that we are first, it's streaming, and second, the volume is working because I have had problems in the past. So if anyone's watching, there's a couple of you, let me know that you can hear me okay, and we'll get started. Excellent. Okay, Nancy's here, Bonita's here. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, it's like 60 degrees outside, so I took a walk. I actually got all sweaty. I had to change my clothes, which is a good thing that it's warm out. So I'm very excited. Snowdrops are starting to bloom, and it's all exciting. Hi, Cynthia, or Cindy, rather. Sorry. So I'm all excited. So spring is coming. Meteorological spring starts on Friday. So that's good. Excellent. Debbie's here. All right, great. We have a nice group today. So anyone else who hops on, say hello. And oh, Nancy, it's 24 and windy. Sorry. I wished I had shorts on my walk. I got all hot. But I know cold will come back. But spring is coming no matter where you are, so that's a good thing. All right, so with the spring coming, meaning celebration is ending. How do you like that for transition? So celebration has been going on all of January and all of February, and it has Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days left. And so everything in this catalog, plus there's a few other things, are free. And so if you place an order, you can get any of these things for free. A $50 order, or some things are a $100 order, or if you do 100, you can pick out 2 things. So all this stuff is free. I'm not sure if anything has sold out yet. I didn't check, but I'm not sure. But they added extra things on there too. So there's lots to choose from. And to kind of help with that, let me just put this on here. I'm having a leap year mystery host party, because why not? So if you place an order using this host code by the midnight on February 29th, you'll be entered in for host code. We are right now up to $100 for host rewards, so that's awesome. And the more orders, the higher it gets. So that's good. So just place your order by, oh, I just pushed something. Place your order by midnight on Thursday, and I will hop on, do it a quick live on Friday. I don't know what time yet, to pull a name, and I will pay for the shipping for the mystery host rewards. All right, awesome. All right, so let's get to it. Let's see. There we go. All right, so I talked about that. All right, so I'm excited to show you. Hold on, I'm not going to show you the finished project yet. I'm going to show you. I'm going to use these note cards and envelopes. Aren't they pretty? They're fun. They're bright. So you get, I think you get 20. You get 10 of each color. So this is Calypso Coral, and that's Pretty Peacock. They're just note cards. So they fold in half to make note cards. And then you can decorate the inside, or you can have that be the inside, decorate the outside, and you got these fun envelopes. So I'm going to show you a fun project to make with them. So here they are in the catalog, just so you know where they are. They're in the ice cream catalog. They're in this one. So they're right here. So yeah, you get 20 for $10. So that's pretty cool. And they also sell these cards and stickers that coordinate with them, that you can make, like all this stuff goes on top of. You can make cards that way. It looks like they made a box. I'm curious to see how they made a box out of the note card. I'll have to discover that, because that's kind of cool. But we're just going to use the note cards because I don't have those. So I'm going to decorate differently. All right, so I am going on a vacation in April into May, to Mexico. And I'm going with a good friend. And so I thought that I would make her a little memory book. So this one's mine. I'm going to make hers on live. And so I decorated it with the flowers, which I'll show you. And I used my letters that I've been using all month. And what I did was, like, this comes out. I'll move these aside. So this is a note card, right? I just fold it in half. And these are the envelopes So I figured she can put on a photograph because it's big enough for a 4x6 photograph, or she could do some journaling, right? You can add that in there. You can decorate. And there's more envelopes, even on this envelope. So I only showed you the back side of the envelopes. These are the front sides. So it's a lighter color. So you can even do journaling in there if you want to glue on any memento, whatever. There's more. And I put this color note card in there. Same thing on the back. And I just decorated with flowers. And I'll just leave that in there. And then the back cover. So I'm going to make this to show you how to make a little memory book or scrapbook or whatever you want to call it, photo album with the note cards and envelopes. All right. So I might have more than I need. I only had 10. This was left over from the paper share. So this is my share. So I have 3 of the peacock and 2 of the calypso. So I decided to make the calypso, the front and back cover, and then these are the insides. And there actually might be one left over. Let's see. All right. So what we're going to do is you need some glue. Is I'm basically going to slip this envelope into this envelope. And then there's your, let me fold it. You can fold it like that. So that's your front and your back cover. So I'm going to take a note card. What I did was just cut it and then glued it down and also hide the ribbon. So we're going to make the whole thing. So I'm going to just add just a little bit of glue on the back of this flap of the envelope and carefully tuck it in there. Fold it over. And then I was just making sure I had it in there. So envelope, and I'm just going to glue this. You probably could lick it shut, but I'm just going to glue it shut. I love this pattern. And that's actually where I got the idea for the flowers. I actually was going to decorate it differently. But then I saw that and I thought that was kind of cool. So front and back cover. So then if you want to add more inserts. So, oops, let me take these out. I'm just going to add the peacock. I like to start with the front and the back, and then we're going to work in. I think it's a little easier. So let me just fold this. I'm going to add some glue just like I did. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for hopping on. Making a little, it can either be a photo album or a memory album, a little scrapbook album. And they're out of the Memory and More. Oh, I just got glue. Maybe I'll give her the one that's already made and I'll keep this one. Let's see if I can get some of that glue off. I'll use my little glue eraser when it dries. So here's one, and I'm going to actually add another envelope, but I'm going to go in the opposite direction because this flap is right here. So add a little glue. Hello, Deborah from Tennessee. Welcome. Nice to meet you. All right, and so this is going to go carefully, unlike the other one I just did. I got glue everywhere. Slide that in. Oh, look at, darn it, this one. Of course, my first one is a little neater. That's all right. I can actually let it dry. And you know these, I don't know what they're called, but these eraser things, that will take that off. I just want to make sure it's in enough so it folds. I don't think I put it in enough. Yeah, she's getting the other one because it's a little bit neater. This will be mine. That's fine. All right. Sorry, I'll make it work. Right, we'll just press it closed. All right, you can see this one closes a little easier. And so what I was just struggling with is you see how you can see a little bit. You can see a little bit of that pattern underneath. I didn't put it in enough. Oh. Guess I worked a little bit. As I folded it over, did it. So just make sure, don't make yours live on video because then, you know, it will work better. All right, let's see. Let's get that glue off. These things are awesome. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them. They don't anymore, but you can go to a craft store and buy them. I don't know what they're called. Adhesive removers. Someone actually, one of my stampers gave me this one. My other one is a little bit different. All right, what I'll end up doing, since I'll just put a piece of paper on there. Okay, so basically that's your album, right? So there's the front cover. Then you get pockets, and you can slide in little mementos or photographs or whatever in there. That's so messy, but I'll cover that up for myself. Pocket. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take an extra note card, and I'm going to cut this to put it on the top and the bottom, the front and the back rather. So just going to cut it in half, and I can cut it, since these already have the score line, I can just cut it right on the score line. You don't even have to measure it. And before I glue that down, I'm going to put my ribbon in there. So the ribbon is also in the that same catalog, and it's is it Lost Lagoon Pretty Peacock? It kind of is both. I don't know if it says, but it looks like it'd be stiff with the gold in there, but it's actually quite soft. I like it much better than I thought I would. All right, so I'm going to leave a pretty long tail because when I put stuff in here, it's going to get a little thicker. So I'm going to need more. So I'm just going to wrap that around and then just cut it. And then I'm going to try to even it out. And then I'm going to just put good old-fashioned Scotch tape on it, because we're going to cover it. And I could use, tear and tape to have it down or anything, but Scotch tape works just fine. All right. So there we go. So that looks awful, but we're going to cover it up. So we're just going to put, this goes right on top, and you already instantly have a nice border, so it cleans it up. I'm just going to use glue. I thought about using dimensionals, but I just wanted it to have a nice, I just didn't want it to come off. So I figured the glue was more of a permanent adhesive versus the dimensionals. All right. Press that down, and I'm going to do the same thing. So we're just going to cover up that envelope so you won't even tell. I'm using more glue than I usually do because I do want it to have a good stick. All right. So now, there's our front cover and our pockets. I'll fix that later. And our other pockets. So I have the note cards. So this can go inside. I think I took them out. It really doesn't matter which color you put in there. So I'm just going to slide the note card right in there. So it even gives another dimension and extra pages. So you can leave it like that as pages. You could glue it if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave it out in case she wants to journal. She can pull that out, and I can decorate that too, as well as I actually did them both the same color. So I'm going to save the Pretty Peacock one. So I'll make a card to go with it. I can't remember. So this will slide right in here. Hopefully, this is where I had that problem. It's much easier than I made it look. And if you wanted to, if you wanted an extra page, you could actually even, maybe I'll even do that. I'll give her that option. If she wanted extra pages, you can do those too. But for right now, I'm just going to leave that aside, leave it like that. Okay, so now we can decorate. So I already have pre-cut. Let's see. I used my alphabet dies. So I cut out some alphabet. And so what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to give her this packet that has extra cutout flowers and leaves that match the front cover. And so when I give it to her, I'll just put this in here, and I'm going to give her 2 of the alphabets in case she wants to type anything else. She's crafty, so she can decorate it to however she wants to decorate it. But let me just show you what I did. So I took this paper is from the Sunny Days from the Celebration, so you can get this paper for free until Thursday. And I used my everyday, I think everyday details to cut that out. And I've used this die a lot. And then I just made a pretty peacock just a little bit bigger. So let me put this back on here for the front cover. So I'll just glue these 2 together. You guys are quiet. There's no chitter chatter in the comments. It's okay. Spring fever, that's what I say. I'm going to have it bad. I might even weed after this. I'll be in big trouble because I'll want to be outside all the time. All right, and so then I'm going to take out my letters that spell Mexico. M-E. Oops, I don't want that letter. I think I know my alphabet by now. X is on the bottom. I and C-O. I love these letters. Even though my product spotlight of these will be over, I'm going to keep using them because I like them. All right, I just lost my I. Okay. So what I did was, if you want to get it really, really straight, you can use a ruler. This paper has linear or horizontal lines, so that actually makes it a little easier. So it will help me kind of in alignment. But a ruler will help too. So if you put it down, as long as it's the right width, you know, it's not slanted or crooked or anything. And then what I do with the letters, let me first get in the middle. I don't push them down at first in case I need to move them. I had to move a bunch of these letters over because I didn't have it quite aligned. Here we go. There's some chatter. Oh, Nancy, it's snowing. Sorry. So sorry. I know there's some weeds by my, well, there's weeds everywhere, but there's some weeds by my front step and I keep seeing them. And I said, I'm just going to, and they're easy ones to pull up. So I'm just going to pull those out before they come to seed, which I know won't happen in a little bit, but it'll make me feel like I did something good outside. And I like to, oops, see, I keep moving that. So, but it kind of helps me keep them straight. Let's see, I didn't even, because I did the other one, usually I would kind of lay out my letters before I even tried to stick them. But I had already made one, so I kind of knew how they fit, but let's see how I did. Oh, look, I'll show you. So I did do, this is not the same as this, so I need to move some letters over. So because I didn't press them down, they come up. And I had put the adhesive sheets on the back side of my letters, so I can kind of move them over a little bit. There we go. That looks, well, that's a little bit good. So now I like it, so now I'll press them down. Oops. All right. So we got that squared away. And I cut out my flowers. Again, I kind of took the colors from the inside of the envelopes. So I have, let's see, petal pink, garden green, crushed curry, and it's Calypso Coral, but I also use some Poppy Parade because I think it's similar colors and it makes it pop. And I use the paper florist dies, which are, I'll show you, I haven't used them in a while because it's been winter. Nancy, I'll look at that in one sec. Let's see, it's alphabetical, right? Here they are. So they don't go with any stamp set. They're kind of work alone. And so I used them a lot last summer and fall, and I hope they carry over because I have some more ideas of things to do with them. But you can make all sorts of different combinations, different types of flowers. So I've already cut those out. All right, Nancy says, when putting on the letters, have you either divided the letters before placing them to help get them even? Like put the M and the O and then fill in the others. Yeah, so sometimes it depends. You can do that. So the M is much thicker, fatter than like say the I or even the C. So you can't like, because there's 3 letters here and there's 3 letters here, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're the same width because I've tried to do that with the middle. So usually I'll just put them down without sticking to kind of gauge where they are. And then you could kind of put some down and then go in between the two. Whatever works. Whatever works. Okay, so we're going to build our flowers here. So these are kind of funny petals because they're not all that symmetrical. I'm doing the big one with the big one. So I'm just putting a little glue on there and I'm just kind of doing the opposite. But after it's glued, you can actually move these around a little bit because these guys are thin. So you can actually even move them around. Hi, Nancy. I don't recognize your name, so you must be new to me. So welcome to Mail Something Pretty. I am just gluing some flowers together at the moment, and I'll show you the finished product in a moment. We are making a memory album, photo album, scrapbook album out of envelopes. All right, I need my tweezers. I find I work better when I have tweezers. So when I glue these flowers, I actually apply the glue to the kind of the base, and then I add the things on top of it versus putting glue on that, because you already saw me get things sticky earlier today. Oh, I lost a piece. Here it is. So I try to be as neat as possible. It doesn't always happen. All right, and that way, there we go. There's a flower. These, and I put these, I just kind of, those are more like inside of flowers, but I use them, I just turn them into flowers. I took a little liberty and made them into flowers because it had a little texture to it. So a little those on top. Oops. My stamping friend Mimi gave me some, I was talking a couple weeks ago about offset tweezers or revert, I don't know what they're called. I'm still getting used to them, Mimi, which is why I'm still using these ones because there's a little learning curve to them. Okay. All right, so here we go. So here's the one I just put together. So I'm going to put that down first, and I'm just going to put that flat just with glue. I'll use dimensionals for a couple parts of the flowers. Do my best to center it. All right, so now we'll build up our flowers. So this is where I kind of lay out with, oh, actually, hold on. I can put the, let me put the centers on these guys. These are the ones I use Poppy Parade. And I did use a dimensional on the little one that popped out. I'm going to cut some because I don't have any mini ones up here. Oh, Nancy, you need a vacation. I'm just looking at your weather report. Good thing you like an indoor activity. All right. So what I was talking about with these flowers, because it's not all that symmetrical, which is okay, but because they're kind of thin, you can, after it's glued in there, you can kind of move them around a little bit and make it a little bit more symmetrical. Same with this one. So moving those petals around. Could also probably put a third one on there, and that would give it a little bit more substance. Okay. All right. So that looks better. Oh, and this one oh, I'm going to put a gem on that one. Okay. So here we go. Let me see if I put this, oh, it's not going to work. Just trying to have it so it doesn't flap open. There we go. Put the ribbon under here. Okay. So now it's just replacement wherever you want things to go. So I think I'm just going to kind of copy what I did. I did play with it for a little bit. All right. You need to go to Mexico, Nancy. How's that? Never been. So I'm excited to go. Never been. Let's see. Oh, it's all right. We'll stick it back on there. I didn't let it dry. And that, let's put this one under here. Sorry for all the silence, but just gluing on here. This oddly shaped flower, it's kind of weird, if I don't say so. Okay, so there we go. So there's that, and then we'll put this up in the corner. And I'm going to use a dimensional on this one. There we go. And then I had some gold. Oops. These are old. But that doesn't mean they're not good. Some old gems. Let's see, I'm just copying. I struggled with the placement of where I wanted these ones. I figured 3 is always a good number. All right. I think those match, right? Those match pretty close. Okay, and then the inside, I'll just show you what I did. Oh, because I don't have any extra. So I'm just going to show you what I did. I'm going to steal. Remember I said I'm going to give her this packet. I will replace one item. So I used this punch, which is new to me, and that's why I don't know its name. Let's see. It is called the Homemade Tag. One of my club members told me she uses it all the time. Susan, who I don't think's on right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball the center, and the center, and score it. So then it kind of this little tag, and that's how I kind of did that. And so I decorated that part, and I did both sides, which I didn't think to cut for demonstration here. So let me put, let's see, this one's mine because it was a little bit misaligned. So I'm going to put these back in the good one. I shouldn't say the good one, but the one that didn't get sticky. So those are going to go in there. And actually, I think I am going to slide. Let's just slide these extra ones, and she can use them or not use them. Like that. And yeah, that's nice and clean, unlike mine. This is going to go in here. And again, a 4x6 photograph will fit on there. Or if you get, I don't know, little things from the hotel or excursions or whatever, where you're going, you wanted to remember them. Yeah, Nancy, that was Susan's, who we'll probably watch later. But that was her tip. I liked it. The little tag on there. All right, so now here's the album. Now it's a little thicker, and it will get even thicker. That's why I wanted the ribbon to be long. So she can pull this out, do a little journaling, add little doodads, and I have these extra pieces for her so she can decorate. Oh, a photograph of us together. I'm sure she'll be watching later. So it's a fun little album, and it really was so easy. And so you could even use like regular envelopes. Just set that aside a little bit. You can make it, I mean, I'm sure you have envelopes at home. You can just take regular envelopes and then you just slide them in together. Glue that down. You probably don't even have to glue that part down. I would suggest that. So then you can just keep building. Take another one, put a little glue, and slide it in there. And you could decorate them, but you have this kind of cute little album just on envelopes. And then just on the back, I would just put, just like I did on this one, I would just put prettier paper on top, and that way it hides your ribbon as well. Okay. Oh, and I brought up these other ones. These are other decorated note cards and envelopes that Stampin' Up! Did a couple years ago that you can use. So they're all pretty. I think every year they come up with some sort of patterned envelopes and note cards. All right, so those are our little albums. And let me put me back on here. There we go. All right, so I think, let me I'm just checking the comments. All right. No questions. All right. So that's what I had. Hopefully you like them. Oh, these, silly me, these note cards and envelopes are a free item from Celebration. So remember I said at the beginning, where'd the catalog go? I knew there was like, come full circle. All these things are free, and that they added on extra things. Well, these note cards and envelopes are one of the extra things that you can get for free with a purchase. That's why I use those too. So it made all sense to me in my head, and I just forgot to tell you. Good. So don't forget the host code that is on there. Oh, I'm like using my cursor, but you can't see it. On there is for the Leap Year Mystery Host Party. The rewards as of before when I started are at $100, which is awesome. And I will pay for the winner. I shouldn't say winner. The randomly chosen mystery host, whoever that is. I'll pay for their rewards just because it's actually easier to do it that way. And so yeah, so good luck to everybody. And so the more people who order and enter, then the higher the rewards will be. And yeah, so that ends on Thursday night. Celebration ends on Thursday night. The joining offer is good all year long, but the extra incentive ends on Thursday. And so does in February. And it's Nancy's birthday, which is awesome. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you. I don't want to ramble. Sometimes that happens. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. And I will be, I wrote this in my email. I will be live, I was going to say next Tuesday, which is true, but I will also be live this Thursday with Anne. So Anne, for those of you who don't know, is my friend from Australia, and she is a demonstrator. And so we get together live the last Thursday of the month. It will be 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we are using Beach Days. I think it's the Beach Days bundle. I'm really excited. Mine is all prepped and ready, and I really like it. I know she had a retreat this weekend, so she had time issues, and she's probably stressing, and I told her not to. So we'll see what we both do, but we don't share what we make until it's live. So it's just kind of part of the fun, part of the reactions and all that. So hopefully you can join us on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, and then I will be back next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your weather, whatever it is, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.